Hello, I think I fixed it. Hooray for me. So for those of you that weren't here quite yet, my Amazon was all backwards and stuff. So I think I fixed it. You can view all of these things over on our Amazon Live page. That is going to be down here. If I did not fix it, well, we're just going to keep live streaming because that's just what we're going to do. So welcome to this live stream. Alrighty. I think I did it. Hooray. Okay. Hopefully Alan does come back. Sorry for the delay. This was on me. I had a technical error on my end. So speaking of tech stuff, I wanted to share with you that on the front of our carousel on our Amazon Live page, you will see all of the tech items I am using. And I promise it was not the tech itself. It was a user error in this case for sure. So the first thing is the Elgato face cam, which was my problem here. I had it on the wrong setting in my streaming service. Tech can be so crazy lately. Anyway, so it is not on sale right now. Usually, I have to admit, it usually goes on sale around Christmas time or Black Friday, that sort of thing. So keep an eye out for it, but it is a great camera. We've had it for quite some time. And yeah, it's something that I really enjoy using. It's a great camera. It has a lot of different features. And then the next thing I wanted to share with you is my ring lights. I have two up here. This one's particularly fun because you can actually connect your phone to it. You can have a fun rainbow color if you wanted to. They're affordable, and you can bring a studio with you essentially. It's very fun and very cool. And then lastly, before we get into our actual cookbooks, I have my Logitech Blue Yeti mic. This mic has gone through so many things. It has been around for quite some time, and it has suffered my abuse, but it still works and it's still great. So if you do like to do recording or any sort of video, anything like that, I highly recommend a Blue Yeti. And it's great even for groups too. And not just single use or single people. You can use it as like a whole podcast group if you wanted to and only need one mic. So that's a pretty cool thing. All right, we're going to move into our food and things to do with food. So sorry for the delay and the confusion everywhere because holy moly, technology gets the better of me sometimes. So the first thing I want to share with you before we go into any cookbooks, this is a kind of a hard thing to show on camera. And I do, honestly, I am using the rest of them for my actual food items. I guess I could have grabbed the coffee one that I've got on my countertop. Anyway, this is a glass storage container with a bamboo sealed lid here. It's just my husband and I, so we don't always have like an entire box of noodles, for instance. It's the perfect shape for spaghetti. So there's different sizes. Like I said earlier, I have one that has coffee for storage. There's tea for another one. I'm trying to remember. I have them in my pantry right now, but these are great if you don't use an entire thing of your ingredients. Like for instance, with tea, if it's shipped in like a cardboard container and it's not sealing the tea leaves 100%, transferring it into this will hold it and keep it fresh for way longer. So I wanted to share this with you because a lot of us are kind of doing spring cleaning or organizing, and these have been a lifesaver for me. So if you're interested, check it out. It's a 5-piece, and this is only $20 right now. And I've had it for quite some time. It is glass. So if you have little kids around that like to go crazy, this might not be the best option, but I keep mine pretty high up so kids can't access mine. So anyway, we're going to move on to an actual cookbook. I will leave the nerdy cookbook for a little later. Let's start out with this one first. Excuse me. So here we have The Cook's Book. This is by Brie McCoy. This is a really interesting cookbook because it talks more about fundamentals of cooking versus it doesn't just give you recipes. So it's really handy. So if you are somebody that is new to cooking, for instance, this might be very helpful. There's not a ton of food photos. I'll just kind of give you a little glimpse here. It's mostly the building blocks to cooking, and it's okay. Sorry, it's brilliant, and I will get to it in just a second. Here's the table of contents first. I nerd out about this cookbook because it is really important, I guess. Cooking doesn't have to be crazy hard, and it doesn't have to be exact all the time. So that's what this cookbook gets into. So here we have our chapters. It builds on each other. So for instance, you might learn how to cut onions, but then you utilize the onions you just cut for a recipe like pickled onions. You use your pickled onions for a bigger recipe. So that's kind of how this cookbook rolls. So one of my favorite chapters in here is the beginning. So it talks about the senses, where cooking is about all of the senses. It's not just about like how it tastes, but how it looks, how it feels. Just a lot of really interesting stuff in here. So what they've done is they've broken it down so that it's palatable for people. You can have a whole list of kitchen utensils here, check off a list. But the stuff I was just talking about with the senses, it was really nice and cool to see. They give you a really vague recipe. So guacamole was the recipe they used. Here, I'll get to it. Here it is. So you can kind of see here, it's fairly vague. Like it's like, here, have a couple avocados, juice from half a lime. You know, you could have a teaspoon of cumin, a pinch of salt, that sort of thing. But it specifically says to read through the directions and just to have a feel. So like my spice level for guacamole is going to be very different than somebody else. So I might want to use an entire serrano or like 3 serranos, and somebody like one of my best friends, she could maybe have like a slice of serrano. So everybody's different, and it talks about that. And it talks about just kind of going with the flow a little bit and being loose with cooking versus like be strict and make sure to only add a half of a teaspoon of cumin. Anyway, so it goes into depth about all of that stuff, all of the pantry essentials that you probably might want, like garlic, onion powder, that sort of thing, maybe some curry powder. Talks about knives and pans, what the difference between non-stick and stick pan, how to use them. So this cookbook might not be very photogenic, but it is very important, and it has a lot of great recipes in here too. So let's talk about the meats. We have quite a few meat eaters who watch our show. So we have chicken and beef. Talks about the fundamentals of like cooking temperatures, how to actually cook them, cutting, all of that, and the different parts for each animal, what that looks like and what it is. So all that fun stuff. But then we actually build and use those ingredients in some of these dishes, like this welcome home pot roast. Hello, Carrie. I love guacamole. I try not to have it in my house all the time because I could eat it all the time, every day, 24/7. I would be a guacamole lady. All right, crispy chicken wings with sweet heat sauce. It goes into detail about different tips, what you can do ahead of time, how to store, all of that wonderful stuff. It talks about be sure to use baking powder, not baking soda in this recipe. They are not interchangeable, and that includes for cooking too. And it talks about if you have leftover wing sauce, you can use it for another recipe that's over here. So it's, again, a really loose cookbook. Highly recommend reading through everything. I'll show a few more things here, but you kind of get the gist because I keep geeking out about it. This is a building block cookbook. This is so that you can learn how to cook on your own. It's not a cookbook where it's like holding your hand the whole time and it's like, you can do it. You can cook. You can cook your own stuff. Just use some of the fundamentals we share with you. So I like this cookbook. This is how I cook too. It even talks about soup recipes. So I actually am really bad at making my own broth and what is it called? I don't even remember. Stock. Thank you. Broth and stock. I'm horrible at making my own. I don't know why. I can make so many things, but broth and stock get me. So I have to actually focus on that chapter. I'm going to read through it because I really want to learn. Anyway, So here you go. How to make eggs, how to do noodles. Oh, and one more thing before we stop this one. This has a pairing chapter, so like a food and wine pairing. And that's pretty cool. It breaks down the different wines: red wine, bubbly wine, dry wine, acidic wine, tannic wine, and what that goes well with, like fattier foods, leafy greens, all kinds of stuff. So this cookbook has a lot of cool stuff in here. This is the cook's book. Lots of interesting techniques and recipes that will get you through your day for sure. Alrighty, let's move on to our next cookbook. We have here Robota. Sorry, I need to find my phone. So if you are watching over on Facebook or on Amazon, on YouTube, you can join us on our Amazon Live channel. And we have all of these cookbooks listed there. And if you're interested in grabbing one of those, we do get a small commission, by the way, because we are affiliate, Amazon affiliate people. I don't know why my brain isn't working. I guess it is Monday, isn't it? All right. So this is, I hope I say this right. Robota or Robota. It is Japanese home grilling. This is really cool because it doesn't just have to be at home. You can get these like grates for camping. So I'm thinking about camping right now. And this is a cool cookbook because it's a different kind of grilling cookbook. So let's look at it together. Here we go. Table of contents. Pretty straightforward. It's just like fish, meat, other Robota sides, and other essentials that you might need. Here's what this looks like. Just a quick preview. We will go in more depth, I promise. I love the table settings in this cookbook. So it gives you a whole bunch of different recipes all side by side. My computer's acting up. Something cool in this cookbook is you get an introduction to like charcoal cooking. What does that mean? How to use charcoal and different kinds of charcoal. What Robota is. Super cool. So this grate, you can actually find, they have those, it's like two-sided, so you can just put your meat, fish, or vegetable in between the two and kind of pinch it, and then you can flip it without having to worry with like a spatula. I'm sure that's on Amazon. I do not have one, but I would love to get one. So just so you know, it probably is on Amazon. There's also these kitchen essentials, which a lot of us probably already have. Sharp knives. Okay, fish. Let's start there. Look at this beautiful photo. I love the flavors and the different ingredients. So just so you're aware, everything is in US and metric here. Some photos have step-by-step, or some things have step-by-step photos, but not everything. So this is a Chilean sea bass with choy sum and onion relish. Yum. Looks stunning. We have a smoked and robotad salmon belly. Super simple. You just have rice. You can put furikake on there, and then you have your salmon. Oh, I forgot to show. I love this. These are all like the dips and toppings that you can use, mix and match for any of your Robota grilling projects. It's quite cool. And everything is labeled. I love it. All right. Beautiful salmon here. This is a giant scallop sake poached in a shell. I have never grilled shellfish ever, but I really, really want to. Aside from like a shrimp skewer, but I haven't done clams. So that's kind of something I'd love to try. Lobster with yuzu drizzle. Yuzu is so good. We have other Robota, so not just fish. This is a whole miso marinated baby chicken. Chicken drumettes with coriander or cilantro, pesto dipping sauce. So everything is separated too, so that it's easy to navigate. If you don't like chicken, or if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you can just use the pesto recipe here and maybe put it on eggplant or a mushroom or just something else. Or if you just don't like chicken, you can do beef or something. Baby back pork ribs, beautiful. I just had lunch and I'm hungry. What is happening? Porterhouse steak with uni butter. It doesn't matter when we do these. We're going to be hungry forever. So classic yakitori. Yakitori is a very, very just popular dish in Japan. It means grilled bird. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. So here we have a pork belly yuzu miso. I would love to get into more skewered meats, like, or not just meats, but even vegetable, just figuring out different ways of grilling using skewers, just because they're so easy to store. And there's so many different ways, like this beef wrapped asparagus. That's kind of brilliant. This is really cool too, cooking in a giant leaf, like a banana leaf. That would be amazing. All right, sorry, octopus, but you can learn how to actually grill octopus and other things like duck too. This is a pretty great cookbook with a lot of cool stuff, including a really extensive or not just vegetarian, but like a vegetable forward chapter. I believe there's drinks and desserts in here too that do utilize the grill. So buckwheat, papaya, and tofu salad. You can see the tofu is grilled. Charred Japanese green bean salad with crispy tofu. Let's move on to some other of the desserts, and then I'll move on to the next chapter. Ooh, genmai cured mackerel sashimi. Give me desserts. Desserts. Let's see. I keep thinking I'm close. A nori flatbread. Beautiful. That looks fantastic. Here we go. Drunken pineapple. Classic. Who doesn't love grilled pineapple? Or grilled stone fruit with miso ice cream, and you can make your own ice cream. Anyway, this is a pretty cool cookbook. This is Robota, Japanese home grilling. Check it out. If you are looking for, I guess, just different grill cookbooks. I'm getting all confused here. Okay, so next on our list today, let me see if I can find things. Thank you, Carrie, for doing all of that modding for me. I need to also set my phone so my screen doesn't stop sharing with me after 30 seconds. Hold on a second, or time out. Anyway. Okay, so the next one, since we're kind of in our Asian area here, let's talk about damn good Chinese food. Sorry, I swore, but you can swear, you can say damn on the radio, so we're okay. 50 recipes inspired by life in Chinatown. So this is a cool cookbook. I grabbed it from the library. Ordinarily, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'd grab this like regularly, but it's actually really good. I was kind of shocked. I'm not going to lie. I try to give every cookbook a chance. So here we go. Just a small preview. So we do talk about Chinese American classics here, like hot and sour soup. There's like a General Tso's chicken, that sort of thing. But there are classic Chinese dishes in here from different regions of China, which is really cool. And we get a good, I guess, just an introduction to some regions' popular dishes. So here's an important chapter. Not all of us have accessibility to Asian supermarkets, so they do talk about that and where you might find certain things or finding substitutes. So that's a really good thing to read through. Here is our table of contents. So it's pretty typical. We have tools, introductions. There's a whole dumpling chapter, Chinese American chapter, but then we move on to like seafood, meats, vegetables, sweets, that sort of thing. Hello. Whoa, a ton of people joined. Hello, Miss Addison, and hello, JLo. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you, Amazon customer, for the follow. Super appreciate it. So by the way, we are going over damn good Chinese food. So this is $16.99 right now, 37% off. Let's talk about the actual recipes in here. So I love Chinese food, and for me, I have to make it at home because everything has soy sauce, and soy sauce isn't gluten-free. So I have to get tamari. Anyway, so I'm excited because there's a ton of dishes in here. I'm so excited to have. I can't wait. We have steamed striped bass with black beans. This is an introduction to the dish itself. We, of course, have all of the cook time, how much it serves. Our ingredient list is right here. I think it's metric. No, sorry, it is US measurements. We have different tips throughout the book too, which is great. So like make aheads, substitutes, that sort of thing. And then our directions. Pretty straightforward cookbook. Let's showcase dumplings because who does not love chasing the perfect dumpling? Look at how cute it is. Holy cow, even Gina's here. Hello, Gina. Wow, hello, everybody. There's so many people. Thank you so much for chatting. That's awesome. Okay, so we have, of course, you need to have sauces and oils for dumplings. So there are sauces and oils provided. There's different types of dumplings that they go over. Shumai is my favorite dumpling, and I miss them. This is why I need to make them at home. But it shows step-by-step photos on how to actually fold everything. There is pot stickers, I think the favorite of most of us. Oh, I'm not mad that you took her. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying dumplings. Honestly, everybody should enjoy dumplings. Dumplings are things that need to be shared and loved by many. So here we have soup dumplings. So not just regular dumplings. There's steamed dumplings, fried dumplings. So a really, really cool entire chapter of just dumplings. So that's like my favorite. All right, so then we move on to something. I like how this book kind of slowly introduces us to more and more like authentic Chinese food. So here we go into more of our American Chinese food. General Tso's chicken, which is a favorite amongst a lot of families in the US. Egg rolls, of course. I don't even think General Tso's is technically Chinese at all. I think it was actually invented here in California, if I remember correctly. We have chicken chow mein, that sort of thing. And then beef and broccoli, another big favorite for a lot of people. But then we move on to some more authentic dishes. So like 3 cups cauliflower. That follower dance you used to do. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, wow. Gina and Cookbook Divas have almost like the same icon. So I was reading it only as Cookbook Divas for a while. I was like, what's going on, Carrie? You're talking to yourself. Anyway, you're not. Okay. So I would love egg rolls too. That follower dance you used to do. I wore a cap and gown last week with Cheryl on live. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think you guys definitely need to catch up. I haven't seen Gina in a long time live, but that's probably on me though. Okay, I'm moving on to more recipes here. Szechuan vegetables. This is my favorite region in China. So I'm excited to dive more into it, especially some of these veggie dishes for sure. Delicious. Throughout the book too, you'll see just little snippets of the author's 2 cents or their travels in China or Chinatown in the United States and what things that they've picked up and what they've taken with them and included in this cookbook and why. Char siu is very, very popular. We have black bean clams. I am really hungry. What is happening? Crispy fish mapo tofu, another traditional Chinese dish. Moving on, we have velveted beef with peas. Yum. So good. There's even pork belly bao buns. Wow. Oh my gosh. Here's what this looks like. Just almost like a deconstructed bao a little bit. Whoa. We have scallion pancakes, which is another just amazing dish. Unfortunately, I have to make all of these not unfortunate, but like when I want to have Chinese takeout or if I want to bring it home or whatever, I always have to make it at home because my stupid gluten-free belly. Okay, we also have, I don't know how to say this correctly, Jung. So this is actually a wrapped leaf wrapped sticky rice and beef, and you cook it, which would be actually really great for camping. So you can prep this and take it with you to, a camping trip, which would be awesome, because then you just unwrap the leaf and you'll have a really good meal right there. All right, so I'll just talk about a few desserts here. For instance, these egg cakes are so good. So you can learn how to make them too. And we also have, you can make your own bubble tea. I love bubble tea. So this is damn good Chinese food, 50 recipes inspired by life in Chinatown. All right, speaking of those egg cakes, I want to share with you this cute little Easter waffle maker that I got. So here I'm going to attempt to share my screen. Where did it go? Oh, I had it all. I had it prepped in the other one. I'm having technical difficulties with the spring dash thing. So here we go. This is the Dash waffle maker, and I might have to put this on repeat a couple times. So this is 8% off right now, and I will share with you up close some of the cute little inserts that you can have. So I actually made my husband savory waffles and sweet waffles for his birthday on Friday. So I tried to film myself doing it, but there's the cute little bunny waffle. And that's one of my savory waffles. I put like an egg on top of it with some feta cheese. I tried to do like a Mediterranean thing with that one. But you can see there's 7 inserts right here. It's really, really... My husband is, yes, but I love my grown-ass husband a lot, and I like to cook people food. It's just what I do. So I used two gluten-free flours just because I needed to use up one. And I really, really love, and I'll put this in the list here. It's actually a part of the big spring deal, and I'm going to go get it myself, is the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1. I do make my own flour blends, but it's so time consuming. Anyway, so I do recommend checking the waffle maker out. That's down below. You should definitely check out the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free flour blend. That's just 1-to-1. I've been using the pancake waffle mix forever, like forever. So I highly recommend it. And as you can see, the waffle turns out really, really well. It puffed up. It's kind of crazy. So let me show you the actual up close, the waffle maker insert. So it comes with this cute case. And I need to triple check because it would be cute. You can have like your winter time waffles and your Halloween waffles and have like a case for all of them. If I was a crazy waffle person, which I might start becoming, I don't know. This has opened a whole world for me. So anyway, there's a cute little bee. I love him. We also have a sunflower for springtime. There, you guys got to see the bunny, but there's a cute heart as well. Hey, Tanya, nice to see you over on Facebook. How have you been doing lately? I haven't seen you in a long time. Here is a 4-leaf clover too. And then, of course, we just have our plain Jane waffles. You can see, let me see if I can orient this properly. You can kind of see here, it says... I need to orient myself. It says bottom here. So that's just so that you put the insert in the correct spot. So there's a couple of variations of that. There's only 2 variations. Katie, what are you saying? Anyway, so you can figure that out, but this is really cute. I highly recommend this waffle maker. And then you can kind of mix and match and get the right size and do like fall and Christmas and all that cute stuff. But this one is just springtime. Anyway, sorry, I missed a whole thing. So Carrie says, I'm supposed to be in my closet trying on old clothes to see if they still fit. Oh, but that was horrible. Oh, Carrie, I'm sorry. I hate trying on clothes. It's always horrible for me. I totally understand. That's going to be so much fun that you're going to be in Santa Barbara in a week. Like, so excited for you. Okay. Another cookbook I want to share with you all today is one that I think a lot of people are looking forward to. If you do have TikTok, you will know who this is. So this is Brandon Skier, also known on TikTok and other social media too, I think, but this is where I know him from, is Sad Poppy. Anyway, this is basically, if you are somebody who's like, I'll never make show-stopping meals, that's not true. We can all make show-stopping meals. It is really cool. It's 18% off. I don't think this came out that long ago. So he's got a great TikTok, obviously a ton of videos there. If you are a visual learner, there's a lot of good recipes in here with obviously step-by-step here. But you could probably find it on his TikTok too and follow him as he just goes through a lot of these steps. So it's kind of a win-win. Let's go through this a little bit. This is another cookbook where it's like a lot of fundamentals, but more advanced fundamentals. I'm not sure how else to explain this. Not advanced, but it's like ingredients and things put together that people, when you say, oh, I made this, let's see. Oh, yes, like a brown butter emulsion. I know that's not super fancy, but like when you say it to somebody and they know you don't cook a lot, they're going to be like, what? You made a brown butter emulsion? Anyway, so he simplifies some complicated techniques and whatnot. Anyway, so we have pantry, pickled, preserves, vinaigrettes, dressings, stock, sauces, then move on to things like salads, starters, pastas, mains, sweets, and of course drinks. So let's go through this faster than what I usually do because I keep talking too much. So this is the all the seeds mix. There's a ton of different recipes for each of these. So we have lime leaf peanuts, hazelnut crumble, all the seeds mix. So right here. And then this is the pistachio dukkha. All of these you can put on different things like salad toppings, if you want little crunchies on your pasta, or you can do a rack of lamb and put it over there and have a crusted, there's so many things you can do. So you can have these cool fundamentals and things stored for your use, for whatever use you want. You can make salt and vinegar powder. What? I've never done that before. So let's go and look at some of the more complicated, not complicated, but like things that you would think would be super fancy. Cured egg yolks, literally 3 ingredients. Is it 3? Yes. 3 ingredients. Everybody can make a cured egg yolk. Very convinced. Let's look at the big dishes. Cool stocks, like different things, different kinds of broths and stocks that I haven't really seen, and dressings too. So that's a pretty cool thing. And I've never made a bordelaise, so that sounds awesome. Okay, here's some dishes that are more show-stopping. Oysters, coconut, and cucumber with cilantro serrano oil. Fancy. Looks awesome. I wish I could do that. I mean, like, that looks super fancy. Here we have grilled prawns with salsa matcha. Not like matcha. Different kind of matcha. It's from Mexico. And it looks so good. Snap peas with California kosho and mint. This looks amazing. I've never seen so many like green things on the same plate. Shishitos with bonito, aioli, and puffed grains. This would be a fantastic side dish. I think people would be like, whoa, look at that. That's so cool. So we also have a leek and herb butter. A little more fancy. Ooh, oh my, what is this? So we have some fancy salads in here. This is a stunning photo, right? So this is a blistered grapes with stracciatella and saba, which I don't know. I've never heard of these things before. What is a stracciatella? Cheese. It's a cheese. Wow. But this is beautiful, right? A tomato and peach salad with farmer cheese and dill vinny. Wow. Okay. Let's move forward to some pasta dishes. Look at that. I wonder if he shows homemade pasta. I think he does have some photos on how to make your own potato gnocchi. And then he gives us a dish to use that gnocchi with, a chile pomodoro with fried garlic. Yum. That sounds really good. Roast chicken and jus. We also have here a rib steak and grilled mushrooms with beef and mushroom reduction. Earlier in this cookbook, you will find the beef and mushroom reduction as well. So again, it's like fundamentals, step by step, adding a few things as we go so that you can make some of these really stunning dishes yourself at home. And your friends and family are going to be like, what? Who is this? It'll be great. What is that? That looks beautiful. Scallops? Yeah, scallops, celeriac, and apple with brown butter and hazelnuts. So that looks amazing. There's some sweet dishes too. This is a fig and ricotta tart. There are some steps here too for some of the more difficult bakes, it looks like. I never can say this right. Palmiers. I just know that I really love those cookies. Pistachio oil cake. Delicious. Garlic is so good. I try so hard not to eat so much because it makes my tummy hurt, but I love garlic. Rhubarb galette. This looks amazing. Just having the rhubarb kind of laid out like that, that's kind of crazy. And then I'll share a few drinks with you. We have a honeydew and verjus with ginger and black lime. That's a beautiful drink. And let's see. A yuzu lemonade, which I'm down for that. Yuzu is so good. All right. So check this out. Make It Fancy by Brandon Skier. This is a pretty amazing cookbook, and you can find their socials on TikTok especially, but there's a ton of other. I think he has Instagram too. And you can follow along his videos and then the cookbook too. It'll be super easy. All righty. So the next cookbook I want to share desperately because it's so good. I love this cookbook a lot. Like, it is beautiful. It is Wild Sugar. It is seasonal sweet treats inspired by the Midwest or Mountain West. Sorry. I have just a little bit of a kinship to the Mountain West because we spent a lot of time in Colorado growing up. So I like this cookbook a lot for how beautiful and rustic it is. So you'll actually be able to tell if I flip through this cookbook, because everything is seasonal, you could probably tell what season we are in if I just stopped, because it's so apparent. It's very, very, very stunning. Everything is very just amazing in here. So everything is laid out here. Spring, summer, fall, winter, page numbers, titles, and it's even color coordinated. So fall is like a burnt orange. Spring is green. So I know that doesn't really show right here very well, but in person, it's very apparent. So if you are trying to navigate the book, it's easy. So here we have some fundamentals. Sorry, my phone. Different baking fundamentals, including like how to decorate, tools of the trade that are really, really important. Hold on a second. I gotta mute my phone. I apologize. Okay, so because these cakes and desserts are so elaborate and just so cool, there's going to be a lot of tips throughout, and especially in the very, very, very beginning. And you might need certain things like piping bags. I always forget piping bags. I'll make a ton of cupcakes and then I make the frosting and then I totally forget I need a piping bag. So just read through this and see what equipment and tools you might actually need before going. But this is insane, right? Like a painted cake. I mean, it's beautiful, but holy moly. They give you tips on how to do a textured cake. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of, there's no step-by-step photos on how to do those things. You just hopefully are a reader and you're like, okay, I understand exactly what they're talking about, and you can read and do the thing it's saying. Anyway, let's look at the actual recipes here. It's more than cake. So here we have a hummingbird cake with spiced rum buttercream. Everything is divided out, all the ingredients, into separate sections. So our fillings, the cake, the toppings, then our directions. There is, in a different color font, the step that you're supposed to be on. So we're making the cake. It has all of that labeled for you so that you can navigate the cookbook quite easy. But this is what the cake looks like if you're not having a slice. It's just a beautiful cake, right? You can also have dried pineapple flowers as an option. You don't have to, but it looks beautiful. Oh man, this cake, I remember. This one's stunning. I don't know what she's done, but she's made these blackberries have a shiny silver on them. Holy cow, it's a beautiful cake. And then the crack, that's so cool. Oh no, see, everybody's trying. I hope it's not an emergency now that you're like, my landline's going off. I'm like, no, no emergencies. Okay, we also have lemon rhubarb poppy seed squares. This would be super cute for Easter. So just something a little different. It's really pink and fun. And it's not a lemon bar. It's something different. We have vanilla shortbread cookies with pressed flowers. Another really good spring simple dessert. A good gift. A pie recipe. So again, more than cake. Salted caramel sauce. Coffee break brownies. Man. And here's an up-close photo of that. Beautiful. Okay, let's look at some summer bakes. We have a strawberry and lavender cake with wildflower honey buttercream. I really want to make this. You can barely see it, but some of these little speckles are actually bits of lavender. So it's purple. It's really pretty. Like the whole cake is beautiful. This is what the outside looks like. A suggestion. You don't have to do it like this, but holy moly. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, sorry. It's hard not to show all of this cookbook because it's just so beautiful. It's stunning. I want to be this good at making cake. Oh, good. Oh, Carrie says, wait till you see the part-time baker. Oh, I'll have to find that. I really want to learn how to make some really stunning cakes like this and just bakes. Here is a 4th of July cake for those of us who live in the US and want to make some fun, red, white, and blue cakes. These are little meringues on the top. Here is a lemon drop cupcake. Amazing. Let's move on a little forward. Of course, lemon is all over the place for summertime. But lemon is so good every time of the year. Fall is going to be heavier baked. So we have a peanut butter and chocolate Oreo cake. Look at the layers here, but an example of what that could look like. I'll flip through a little faster because I'm so slow. I get so excited. Bourbon pumpkin cheesecake. So if you're tired of just the regular cheesecake, add some bourbon. It'll make it more fun. We have spiced sugar cookies. This looks amazing too. You can get any shape you'd like for your cookie and decorate it. Pumpkin spice latte cupcakes. So if you just don't like coffee, here you can have it in a cupcake form. Not quite there yet. We have some beautiful pie recipes. This looks like a cranberry pecan pie. Homemade hot chocolate. Death by chocolate cookies. So we're getting into winter time here. Lots of cookie recipes in wintertime. Gingerbread sugar cookies. And let's see if I can find a good cake here. This is a Bailey's mocha cake for wintertime. I want people to join me on just Christmas time and have cake, I guess. I'm so tired of pie. I usually make a whole pie for myself on Thanksgiving, and I just don't really want it. And cookies, they're good, but I feel like they're my dessert snacks. I want a big epic dessert too. Because, it's the end of the year. I might as well have it. So I want people to want more cake. But for some reason, cake doesn't seem to be a thing in our family. But I want it to happen. We have mint chip cupcakes. And I'll do one more. Beautiful flower. These are, let's see, Prosecco rose cupcakes. Super pretty. Anyway, Wild sugar. Check this one out. I love it. And it's 22% off. If you are somebody who loves baking, I highly recommend this particular cookbook because it's just so beautiful and rustic and just, oh, it's amazing. Okay, so the next cookbook, because I'm taking so long, I know Carrie and I are working on a project together, and where did it go? Oh no, I lost it. That can't be oh, it's right here. It just looks different. So because I'm waiting for like a blue cover, but the spine is bright yellow. Anyway, it's Milk Street Tuesday Nights Mediterranean. This 43% off. And it's pretty hefty. So if you love Milk Street, which I do, they make cooking easy. And if you love Mediterranean food, I highly recommend this one. It goes through a lot, and mostly Italian and Greek, but there are a few other recipes in here, Lebanese dishes. There's like a few Moroccan dishes. So it's a beautiful cookbook, lots of photos, and they focus on quick recipes, or they call it faster recipes, fast recipes, fastest recipes, vegetarian recipes. So I highly recommend this one. Here, I'll break it down for you a little bit. Oh, okay. Shrimp and couscous with tomatoes and toasted almonds. I am so excited to cook out of this cookbook. I haven't done so yet, but I've looked through not every recipe, but quite a few recipes, and I just lost my bookmark. I forgot I had it in there, so I have to find it. Anyway, I've looked through these in detail, and just amazing, amazing flavors. We have a pork tenderloin with sun-dried tomatoes and green olives. Everything is done in US measurements, by the way. And it's hard to see, but you can kind of see heat the oven to 450 Fahrenheit. That's bold. So everything, like the beginning of a new big step, is in bold, and then you move forward. So it's very easy to follow as far as directions go. Quick hummus masabaka. It's a type of hummus where whole chickpeas are dressed. I can't do that. Oh, why did chickpeas get ruined for me? Venetian style shrimp and tomato white wine sauce. Let me showcase some of these vegetarian dishes. I think we have, I need to find it. Pasta with spiced eggplant and roasted peppers. Look at how colorful that is. Tunisian chickpeas with Swiss chard. And baked eggs with potatoes, spinach, and Parmesan. There's a lot of really good dishes in here that utilize a lot of ingredients. It's really fun. So if you are looking for kind of an easy but really fun Mediterranean cookbook, Milk Street Tuesday Nights is totally where it's at. I highly recommend it. It's very, very fun. Speaking of really fun, popular cookbooks, another one that I have here that I've been kind of getting into. I feel like I'm late to the game. I don't know why. It's oh my gosh. Half-Baked Harvest. My brain. Half-Baked Harvest, super simple. So I have not been a part of the Half-Baked Harvest fan group at all, but now I'm kind of getting into it. So here, I haven't looked at this one quite yet. So here is the super duper simple one. I've looked through another one that was kind of like a farm to table cookbook. So this one I'm hoping is like 30 minutes or less recipes. So we have fridge, and pantry essentials, things that you might need. Everyday bread dough, everyday pancake mix. I'm not seeing anything in here about things being gluten-free or substitutes. So it is kind of what it is. So that's fine. Oh no, I'm already done for. Frico and polenta fried eggs. I mean, that looks awesome. That sounds like a perfect breakfast with like a piece of toast. Man, egg in a hole with tomato and bacon. That is way fancy. That is a fancier egg in the hole, but it looks beautiful. So interestingly, all the ingredients are at the top of this cookbook. Here we have our prep time, cook time, etc., and a small description of the dish itself. We also have our instructions right here. So kind of a different layout for cookbooks, but it's still fairly easy to follow. This is an avocado breakfast taco recipe. And then the chipotle salsa is conveniently right here. So if you're not a huge fan of chipotle salsa, it's on the side and you don't have to have it. You don't need to make it. So I do like that it's not an essential part of the dish. It's an add-on. It's an extra thing. Whoa. Oh my God. Blueberry lemon pull-apart bread. What? That looks crazy good. Holy moly. Is that extra toppings on here? Oh, it does say creme fraiche. That looks amazing. Maple glazed cardamom apple fritters. How long does it take to make these? It says 45 minutes to make these. You can make these at home. That's insane. Okay, I'm just shocked. I'm having a shock moment. Sorry. Oh, Carrie, you don't like chipotle. See, that's good to know. I would not have I guess the smoky flavors. So here's a close-up photo. That's something that's really cool about Half Baked Harvest is like their photos are always really just bold and up close and really nice. Honey Crisp Apple Bourbon Smash. We also have a Peach Rosé Sangria. Clearly two different kinds of people, maybe the same with two sides to them. But I love this. Beautiful glasses. We have an Autumn Harvest Salad. This looks really good and healthy too. You can make your own vinaigrette, which is right here. Oh, sorry. It's a caramelized shallot and cider vinaigrette. I do like that. Ooh, soups. Okay, we have a French onion soup, which is right here. There's a creamy chicken gnocchi soup, which is this one. Perfect for fall. We just hit spring, like barely, and I'm already thinking about fall, which I feel kind of bad about because I'm really excited for summertime too. This looks like a pumpkin soup to me, pumpkin sage with some pepitas. I didn't look. I guess I should. Where is it? Oh, sorry. It's a golden butternut squash soup with crispy sage. Close enough. It was a squash. Butter roasted tomato soup. Delicious. Okay, let's move forward. One pot. Creamed corn bucatini. I have to say, I've never really been a huge fan of corn and pasta together. I don't know why. Any thoughts here? Like, does anybody else? Because, like, I don't even like corn with sometimes it's in egg drop soup too. And I don't know why. I really just like corn as it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. We have a penne alla vodka 2 ways. Yum. This is a veggie loaded pâte ciu. So different flavor profiles. That's really nice. Caesar broccoli with eggy fried toast. Ooh, a different take. I like that. Few more. We have a coconut chicken tikka masala. I might have to make this week. That sounds really good. This is Caroline's family chicken mostaccioli. I've never heard of this before. It looks phenomenal though. Yum. Korean beef with yum yum sauce. Yum yum sauce. Oh, so good. Seafood and fish section here. I'll do a few more and then we'll move on. We have jerk shrimp and mango salsa rice bowls. This would be a really good weekday meal for sure. Sesame crusted salmon with honey soy dressing. And then let's look at some desserts because I'm a dessert person. Can't help it. Snickerdoodles with eggnog frosting. Ooh, fun. That would be a really fun cookie for Christmas time. Chocolate mousse. I have to say, chocolate mousse is supposed to be pretty easy to make, and I don't think I've ever made it. And chocolate chip cookies with, of course, you have to do brown butter. I'm learning that brown butter is the way to go for chocolate chip cookies. So this is Half Baked Harvest. Super simple. Very cool. I never looked through the Half Baked Harvest book, so I'm really excited about that. All right, so the one book I wanted to share with y'all because I'm a super nerd. My hands are getting sore from holding all the cookbooks because I hold it like this because I'm a monster. I don't know what's wrong with me. I wanted to share, I don't know if I actually added it to the list. Oh, I did. It's right in the front. So I think this is actually a new cookbook, and I know it's kind of dorky, but I'm a dork. So this is the Fallout, the Vault Dwellers official cookbook. And I'm not going to lie, like, Fallout is great. It's a great game. And maybe not all of you play the game. I totally get it. So we have the Fallout game. I'll briefly go through this one, I promise. Here is our table of contents. It's laid out like every cookbook in the land. We have appetizers, soups, sides, mains, desserts, drinks, and there's quite a few desserts, actually. You'd think during an apocalyptic situation and post-dystopian, there would not be desserts. We have Yum Yum, deviled eggs. Let's see. This is the first time I'm looking through this, by the way. So here we have cute little blurbs. Here, Fallout blurbs. We have how long it takes, the difficulty of each dish, cook time, serving, etc. What it pairs well with, that's kind of cool. And we have our list of ingredients. And then, of course, at the very bottom, directions. Super easy. Okay. We have, oh, that's hilarious, bacon wrapped scallops, but actually we're calling it mystery meat wrapped Neuralark. Neuralurk. Nukalurk? Oh my gosh, it's been such a long time since I played the games. Anyway, that makes it less appetizing, but kind of hysterical. All right, we have a crab cake or a Meyerlurk claw cake. Super nerdy. Adorable. Bavrot Brothers' cabbage soup. Everything looks just really nice in a dystopian world like this. Chicken noodle soup. Even in Fallout. Carol's mystery meat stew or also chili. Oh, they have a baked bloat fly, sorry, but it's actually vegetarian meatloaf. I actually kind of think this is cute, the way that they've done this, because it kind of makes sense. We probably stick with the same recipes that we already know in a dystopian world, but use whatever ingredients are available to us and adjust. So I think that's fine. We have Dusty Brahman's Burgers, which is also a bison burger. This is a Captain's Feast, also roast prime rib. Mold pears. That's some fancy stuff right there in the apocalypse. Birthday cake. This is cute. Oh, is there more cake? There's a ton of cake in here. This is a Fancy Lads snack cake. That's fun. And a spicy chocolate bundt cake. That's fun. Okay, one more. Let's see if I can find the drinks, because I want to see if they have Nuka-Cola. Oh my gosh, they do. They have a ton. They have a Nuka Cherry Cola, Nuka-Cola Quartz. Do they have they have a Nuka-Cola Quantum. This is all I needed from this book. I'm done. Perfect. So if you're a Fallout nerd like me, this is a fun cookbook, or it'd be a great gift if you know anybody who's a gamer but also likes cooking. Check out the Fallout official cookbook. Lots of cute, quirky things in here if you are a Fallout fan that you're just going to love, I promise. Okay, so the next cookbook I want to share with you before we finish off today is we are going to look at, I have to find it, Flavors of the Southeast. I was shocked with this cookbook too. I just randomly picked it up from my library, and because I want to use our grill a little bit more this year, and skewers. I'm all about skewers for some reason. So here is our table of contents, and I love Southeast flavors, Southeast Asian flavors a ton. It's one of my favorites. Actually, that's hard. I think I like everything, but definitely this. So we have different chapters. We have fish, shellfish, poultry, pork, beef, lamb, salad, snacks, and sweets. All of these things are using your grill. They talk about the fundamental grilling things you need, tools, techniques, what kind of grilling. You know, are you doing direct heat, indirect heat? Very important stuff. So let's look at the actual dishes here. This is a cedar plank salmon salad bite. Here we have our list of ingredients. All of it is in US measurement. US measurements. No metric, sorry. And then we have here where this dish actually comes from. So this is from Thailand. Here we have our directions. It's really straightforward, pretty simple to follow sort of cookbook. Here we have grilled baby octopus with spicy peanut sauce. This one is another Thai dish. It looks amazing. Super good. Smoked shrimp with chili lime dipping sauce. This is probably Malaysian, some Thai for sure, depending on where you're at. This is probably a dish we could not do in the US at least. I don't even know if I could find a stingray. It says grilled stingray with chili paste on banana leaves. So let's look at a few more of these seafood dishes. There's this grilled shrimp skewer with sweet or spicy sweet and sour sauce. Delicious. My mouth is watering. Smoked fish with rice, fried egg, and tomato. The next chapter is chicken or poultry. So this is a lemongrass grilled chicken. Be great. You probably put it says with crispy garlic and spicy bamboo shoot salad. Yum. Crispy garlic, of course. We have different methods kind of throughout this book too. So we have the Dungar method for grilling. And then after we have a recipe that uses that method. So if you're trying to learn different cooking techniques, I really like that they don't just pile it all in the front and then they're like, yay, you're on your own. They have like a side-by-side where it's like, here's this grilling method and here's an application for that. Try it out. So I really like that they've laid it out that way. Here we have a grilled stuffed chicken wing. I have to say, I really love these. And I had a Hmong version of this. This particular one is from, let's see, Southeast Asian immigrants in North America. That's kind of a thing for Thai immigrants, but it's not actually popular in Thailand. So interesting that mine was from a Hmong person. We have a honey roasted duck recipe with pickled ginger and chili soy vinegar sauce. Yum. Let's see. And we have a stuffed lemongrass dish that I find really interesting. There's different cooking techniques, and some of it might be too much for some people. Like there's pork and beef and lamb recipes in here that go in a lot of detail with like how to break all of the meat down, just so you're aware. Here we have a grilled pork shoulder with spicy sour orange glaze. Next is a grilled pork sticky rice burger. Yum. This looks amazing. It's like a larger musubi. Oh my God. Musubi? That's how you say it. Musubi? What was I saying? Grilled northeastern Thai soured sausage, and even how to make your own sausage if you'd like to. So again, side by side with the application. Smoked North Thai sausage with charred green chili relish. Yum. All right, we have lamb and beef now. So heavenly racks of lamb. That looks stunning. A caveman-style reverse seared ribeye steaks with spicy grape salad. I've seen a lot of grapes in grilling books. I've never done it myself. This is a Penang curry beef skewer. Delicious. Green curry beef skewers with fried basil oil. Yum. And some vegetables, of course. So we've got a grilled eggplant salad, which looks really beautiful, very colorful. Grilled corn, of course. Grilled eggs and banana leaf boats, which is such a cool idea. And then, of course, we have some desserts. So grilled bananas with coconut palm sugar syrup. I would have that every day. That sounds amazing. And one more dessert. I want to find one more dessert. There's only 2 desserts in here, but there's a smoked coconut cake in here. So this is a cool cookbook. I enjoy it. This is the Flavors of Southeast Asian Grill. I would love to make some of these dishes while it's grilling season coming up. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this live stream with all of our different cookware and different baking things and cookbooks. Of course, if you do enjoy cookbooks, make sure to join us on our socials. Everything is down here at Cookbook Divas. We have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and our Amazon Live channel if you are watching on all of the other platforms. Thank you again for those of you that did chat with me today. It made everything so much nicer. I love having people to chat with. It's super awesome. I hope everybody has a really awesome week. Happy Monday, and I will see you in the next live stream. Thanks so much.